Welcome to my little tropical farm. Just realized all my dogs are out. All my inside dogs. Bonnie in the house. Bonnie in the house. Let me get her in first. Inside. Come on. They're all out. Here come the little ones. I don't know what they'll do. I don't know what they'll do if they see the sheep. So they want to take, go. Peaches. Peaches, no. Peaches. Inside. Okay. Got this one. Woo. Well, I got to run around the yard a little. Inside, Yogi. No, Yogi. This way. Come on. This way. Look at him. I can't pick you both up. Come on. Oh, here he's coming with us. Ooh, I'm out of breath. Okay, that wore me out. So, Bonnie's drooling. Inside. Pete, Yogi. Come on. Oh. Okay. So these three are my inside dogs. They have this outside area, which has now got my laundry line, but they have this outside area to go potty in, to run around. They don't run around much, but sniff. And they are not dog friendly. Even Bonnie, she used to be, but with COVID, we stopped taking her to the dog park. And she really isn't, she's always been very skittish. And she's not dog friendly, but she growls and she'll lunge a little because she's afraid. And the little ones are just, they're not dog friendly, and they definitely have a hunting in their genes. I don't know how to say that. They definitely will hunt. They've brought in dead birds in the past. So I don't know what any of them would do with the sheep. I think the little ones wouldn't hurt the other dogs, but I'm not sure that Bonnie wouldn't lunge at them. So they stay inside, and the other dogs stay outside. And that was a little scary. Bonnie is still drooling. I think it was pretty exciting for them. So today I'm going to make some chicha because I still have a whole bunch of oranges, the bitter oranges. Chicha is, there's not really an actual translation from what I can tell, but it basically means juice. So, but they make chicha from everything, and I think it's used in a bunch of Central American countries, but there's lemonade is called chicha, there's chicha maíz, which is corn, there's some starchy vegetables you can make chicha from. I have not tried any of those, but chicha naranja, or orange juice or orange drink, is very common here. The bitter orange is very popular here, or it's grown very easily here. And then you can make lemonade, again, as chicha. There's a bunch of things. So I have all these oranges. I gave a bunch to my friend Jessie today, but I have still, I think I showed you earlier, the 5-gallon bin. And I had more than that, and now I still have 2/3 of that 5-gallon bin. And my trees have parrots all over them because the fruit is pretty ripe now. So tomorrow I'll go pick what hasn't been damaged by the parrots. While I'm making the chicha, I will explain what I'm making, but I'll also I'll talk about a few other things that have been going on in the farm that I didn't film or won't film for YouTube. So we will start with cutting oranges and juicing them. Just the one thing I really wanted to talk about is we have definitely hit the dry season. We haven't had rain in about 5 or 6 days. My road is completely dry as of today. Yesterday it was pretty dry, but today it's really dry, which is fine. It's easier to drive on. I took the 4-wheel drive off. So that's one thing. Hoping my corn makes it through. Mario said he's gonna come on Sunday. Mario, Jesse's husband, who Sean calls Mario. So if you hear me refer to Mario, that's my friend's husband. He's gonna come on Sunday and put up some scarecrows in my cornfield. So I think next week my video will be a farm tour to show you what we do have growing, because there's still quite a bit growing, and then we'll see what makes it through the dry season. But the other thing I wanted to talk about today was my chickens. So I talked to a friend yesterday, and she was kind of disgusted that this morning I talked to my friend. She was kind of disgusted that I slaughtered a chicken and ate it, which is why I have chickens. They are being grown for both meat and eggs. So I had 2 roosters. I didn't need 2 roosters. Ralph was very mean. I talked about this in a previous video. I'll try and link it here. But Ralph was mean, and he, as my friends say, he made good soup. So Ralph became soup. But one of the things that I didn't realize is in the US, and for my friends on here that are from, I'm not sure how many people see this video are actually homesteaders and would know this, but for my friends from Los Angeles, I'm originally from New York, but spent most of my adult life in Los Angeles. So this farming life is not just different for me because I'm in Panama, but it's very different for me. So this is all fairly new, but one thing I did know is that when a chicken is egg bound, which means they can't actually physically lay the egg, kind of similar to a woman going into labor and needing a C-section, I suppose, but they can't lay the egg. In the US, what they would do, typically, from what I understand, there are 2 things you would do. One, you would leave the chicken alone, thinking you don't want to be that involved. Chickens need to be able to lay eggs. If it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. And if you're homesteading, you might have other animals like pigs that would be happy to eat that chicken if it dies. Harsh, I'm sure it sounds like to some people, but when you're running a big homestead, much bigger than mine, with a lot of animals, you definitely don't want to take the time, or some people would not take the time. And they figure natural selection, they keep the chickens that lay the best, and so on. The other thing you could do, and they do a lot from what I know of people who homestead in the US, is they will give the chicken a warm water bath, sometimes with Epsom salt, I think, but that I'm not sure of. And then after the warm water bath, they'll put a little bit of lubricant on the vent where the egg will come out, and hope that the chicken lays the egg. Sometimes they'll do more than one water bath. Well, here, from what I've learned, is that they don't do that. They slaughter the chicken. So they are pretty sure that the chicken is egg bound. And this makes a lot of sense if you think about it, and I'll talk about it some more. But pretty much makes sense. Sorry, I keep bending down to get the oranges. Let me grab a few. But it does make sense because here, very often in the country or the interior of Panama, where people are raising their own food, they will raise their chickens for both meat and eggs, which is basically what I'm doing. And they will, so if they think the chicken is egg bound, they'd rather slaughter it and see if it's egg bound. And then if it is, they can eat the chicken, which makes sense. They're probably gonna eat that chicken or another chicken that week anyway. So that makes sense. If it's not egg bound, I don't know what they do. But I assume that they won't eat it because they don't know why it was sick. So I had a chicken today that I didn't even know looked sick, but my friends are like, look, it's not feeling well, it's really tired. And it was sitting there, and a lot of the chicks sit around in the heat of the day, but it was going to sleep. And they said, something's wrong. So they felt its crop, and said it hasn't been eating, and decided that it should be slaughtered. Now these are my friends. I could have said no and she would have said okay. And I did ask her about what if it's egg bound. She said it probably is. And but if it dies, you're not going to eat it. If we slaughter it, you might. And made perfect sense after I thought about it for a while. At first I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I'd rather it keep laying eggs. But once I thought about it, it really did make sense. So we did slaughter the chicken, and I will be making chicken soup tomorrow. And for my friends in LA, I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of living on a farm where you're raising your own food. As I did say to one of my friends today, like I said, she didn't like the idea. And I said, at least my animals have been raised really well. They're healthy, and they've had a happy life. And that's very important to me. I questioned that the past few days as I chased chickens around the yard to try and get them in their shelter at night. But for the most part, they've had a very happy life. And so I have 5 chickens that are laying. I have 10 chickens that will be laying in about a month or so. And I have a rooster, which is plenty for the 15 chickens I have. So I just thought I'd tell you guys about that because there's no way to really show you on video. So while I'm trying to get the juice out of these oranges, I figured I'd tell you that story. Now, as you can see, some of these got pretty ripe. I talked about this in the last video, how they will sometimes just get a spot of yellow and you know they're ready to be picked. This one is fully yellow. They're yellow oranges, but they're not lemons, they're bitter oranges. I tried to do some research on what kind of orange they are because nobody here seems to be able to tell me. And they might be Seville oranges, but I don't know for sure. I do have one tree that's mandarin. I have about 3 or 4 lemon trees. And like I said before, I think I have about 6 to 8 of these bitter orange trees. Not my favorite. I wouldn't plant more, but they're good for chicha. So what I will do with this bucket of oranges is I will make 1 pitcher of chicha now and leave that in the fridge. I don't drink a lot of it because sugar just is not a friend of mine, although I love it. It's part of my problem. I'm a little addicted to it, but sugar and I don't get along very well. So I will make 1 pitcher for when people come over and whatnot. And then if I juice some more, which I probably will today or tomorrow, I will put that in the freezer so that I have it kind of year round. I won't have enough for year round, but I'll have it for a while. I juice 6 oranges. I don't usually measure. I usually just pour and taste. And I'm getting better at it. Used to have Jesse adjust it for me after I made it. One, I don't eat sugar, and Panamanians do eat a decent amount of sugar, so I don't need it quite as sweet, but I am going to try and make it right this time. And I'm measuring just so that you guys know what I'm putting in here. Whoops, as I spill. Okay, so it's about 2 cups. Yeah, perfect. So the 6, let me move my phone. The 6 oranges made about 2 cups of juice. And as you can see, it's not really orange. Then this is simple sugar. So this is 1 part sugar to 1 part water. So not by weight, by volume. I did like 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water, heated it over the stove. I don't bring it to a boiling. I just heat it long enough till it dissolves. And I have no idea how much to add, but I think I'm gonna add this whole thing, which is 2 cups. Let's try it. Let's add about 1.5 cups and then add water and then we'll taste it. So I added 2 cups of water. I'm gonna add 2 more. Okay, one thing I forgot to say is the reason this is so brown is because I don't use a fully refined sugar. I use like an Estendar or an evaporated cane juice type sugar. Really, there's not that big a difference except the color. But in this juice, it really doesn't make a bit of difference. So I'm gonna taste it and let you know what I think it needs. My camera died right as I was about to taste it, so let's try that again. I think it's good. I think that's perfect. So it was 2 cups of orange juice, 1.5 cups of simple syrup, and 4 cups of water. Could probably use a little more juice, like 1 more orange, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. I think it'd be much better cold. But that's how to make chicha naranja. So I usually don't film in the house, but today I thought I would show you around a little bit, mostly because we have the exterminators coming today. So this is my master bathroom. I don't use the master. As you can see, I don't have a bed fully yet. I have no other furniture in here, and there's no AC in here, so I don't use the master. Walked into the master bathroom the other day, and here you can see we have termite trails. One of these drawers broke because it was eaten by termites, so everything's been pulled out. It's a mess, but you can see more termite trails in here. So big problem. Don't look at my messy house as we walk through. I'm about to sweep. It's amazing how dirty this house gets even though I take off my boots when I come in. My bedroom has no signs of termites. This bedroom that I've not been using, clean sheets, but I haven't folded them, also has a termite trail up at the top by the AC. So they are coming and they are doing all 3 buildings on the property, which is the house, what I call the pump house or the well house, and the barn. They're doing them 2 different ways. The dogs have been sent to the kennel for 2 days, the inside dogs. The outside dogs were just fed, and they will go, 2 out of 3 of them will go off and do their thing during the day. Blanca will probably stick around, but hopefully will leave when here they are. Will leave when the exterminators come. Blanca's already disappeared. But these guys will definitely leave when the exterminators come. Let me see what else I need to tell you about the exterminators. Oh, the ducks were also sent away because they are not outside yet. So I gave them back to my friend Jessie for the day, and they're staying at her house. So yesterday I dropped off the dogs in Santiago at a kennel, and I dropped off the ducks at my friend Jessie's house. And the exterminators should be here soon. I think I'm ready for them. I don't really know. And then the chickens will be locked outside, and the sheep are outside anyway, so they should be fine. The sheep area is not being exterminated because there's no wood. It's all metal and concrete, and it seems fine. So there's the barn. And the barn is mostly wood. There is some metal and concrete, but it's mostly wood. So the barn is going to be spray fumigated. And the house, I know they're drilling under the house and they're putting like a subterranean barrier for the termites. That's all I know so far. Hopefully I'll videotape more when they get here. The exterminators just got here. They're 2 hours late. I was freaking out a little bit. I was freaking out because my dogs are at a kennel, but there's no real kennels here that I have found, and I had short notice, so I didn't get to search as much as I would have liked to, but they're at a veterinary clinic that will board dogs. So they're probably in crates for 2 nights. I did not want to make it 3 nights. So hopefully these guys will get finished. But I just thought I'd show you. I just got 4 eggs out of here. Can't bring them to my house because they've already started working on the house. But all the chickens are out. I'm trying to open this and there's an ant crawling on me. The chickens are out and about. I put all their food and 2 fresh waters here. I can't unhook their water because it's an automatic waterer. I think I can. I don't know how. So I'll work on that later. I'm going to have to wash it really well before they can use it. But they have water out here. I don't know where they all went, but they're all outside. There's nobody left inside. I have no idea where they all went. I see a few of them, but not a lot of them. Oh, I see them now. So here's one getting smart. She's eating what was left of the duck's food. As I mentioned, the ducks are at my friend's house. There's a bunch here. I think these are the old ladies. And in there are mostly the young ladies and the roosters in front. So they're all good. Again, I got 4 eggs today, so there's still 2 more potentially to lay. And everything else is cleaned up. I probably should, while they're not back here, try and figure out how to unhook that water. Okay, so they're locked back up in there. I did tell the guys that if the sheep come over here, because they like to hang out over here, they can scare them away. It's pretty easy to do. They're pretty skittish. Because they're prey animals, they're very skittish. This area has been cleaned up pretty significantly. This water's not being used, so it should be fine for now. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a switch on the top that blocks the water from flowing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's a switch up there that blocks the water from flowing, and then I can unhook it here. So I'll probably unhook this one, clean it out, depending on when these guys finish, and then switch them up. We'll see. And the sheep are good. They're outside. I just looked for the 3 outside dogs and I can't find them. But this is just to show you, there were termites in here. They were actually killed a while ago, but this room is pretty bad, so they'll be in here as well. And I'll keep you updated if there's more to see. I moved my car out onto the road so that I could possibly sit in my air-conditioned car a little bit, but I'll probably spend most of the day outside, out of the sun. Sun's really strong today. I am going to guess it's possibly going to get into the low 90s if it isn't already there. It's warm. So this morning I'm going to pick up the ducks from my friend's house and bring them back home. And then I'm going to go into Santiago to get the dogs and bring them back home. I did sleep in the house last night after the fumigation, and it still smelled a little bit like chemicals for me, but I had no choice. I also closed the windows, which kept me up at night worrying about the chemicals, but if I'd left them open, I'd be up all night worrying about someone trying to break in. So I kept them closed most of the night, and then halfway through the night I opened them. And the place still does smell like chemicals a little bit, but the windows are all open now. And I'm exhausted today, but I'll survive. I just got the ducks back from Jesse and Mario, so I'm going to put them in here in their old room and get them some food and water. They're actually jumping back to the back of the box. I'm not sure why they don't want to get out. Come on. Okay, now I'll get them food and water. Okay. Put this right here for you. Okay, so I'm here to pick up Yogi, Bonnie, and Peaches. And this is where they've been for the past few days. And hopefully they're all good and there are no issues, but I'm here to pick them up. And I'm probably not gonna film inside, but I will film once we get back outside. Okay, so we are all in the car. You can see Bonnie's back here, and the two little ones are in their crates. Yogi is very excited, so he's coughing, because that's what he does. And we're gonna head right home. I need gas, but we're gonna head right home, because we're basically on the road to home now, right outside of the vet. So, and the guy that brought them out said they were very good, so hopefully all went well. They look no worse for wear. They were excited to see me, but they're doing just fine. Bonnie loves having that back seat to herself. I started putting both dogs in the front, both little dogs, because Bonnie sat on Peaches a time or two. So Bonnie gets the back seat to herself, and she just thinks that's awesome. Yesterday, I tried to film this area after the exterminators came. Ooh, this needs some work. But I couldn't film it because my camera died. And then I tried to film it with my iPhone, and my iPhone died. So, back out today. It's still a little dusky out, not really dark, but here you can see all of the termite nests that came down in this area. I'm sure she'll pick out some bugs from here, hopefully no issue with that. She is about to jump in her nest, but I want to clean it out first because I really don't want to be getting eggs from an area that that had all these chemicals in it. So as you can see, no, you can't see because it's too dark, but this area is where they normally nest, and it's full of termite nests that have been broken down. So I'm thinking that they probably sprayed a lot of that, and she's just gonna have to wait a minute. Here she is looking up there. She can go in the other box if she wants to. See if I can get a shot of this in the dark. It's getting a little lighter, but she has gotten up, and I think she's gonna pick a different nest, but I don't know. Hopefully she will. Yeah, she didn't like that one. Looks like she's gonna go back to her original nest. Yep. So I cleaned it out. It's not as comfy because I took most of the hay out. And the hay's old. I'll have to replace it. I'm probably getting hay for the summer next week. And yeah, she's not happy with that. But she'll figure it out at some point. I may have to go searching for eggs today because who knows where they'll lay them. So a lot of the little ones have come out and are checking things out. They definitely like it better outside. I think they're harassed a lot less than from the big ones out here. I don't know if this is an older one or a younger one, but they're all doing well. That chicken's still trying to figure out where she's going to lay her eggs. Okay, I'm going to leave them alone. You can see all the banana trees have regrown. I guess they still have the fungus because I think the fungus starts in the roots. But they've been great for coverage for the chickens. We don't have, I don't think, a lot of like ravens or hawks or anything that will eat them. But it's good to have the coverage. I also think I'm going to use these banana leaves in the summer, which is starting now here, to supplement the sheep, because the sheep will be eating hay in another month or so, and they love banana leaves. So this way I can supplement them with banana leaves and they'll be happy as can be. Thanks for joining us this week. It's been another busy week, but we haven't done anything really exciting other than make some Panamanian drinks and not alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, and deal with the exterminators this week. But it's been a good week on the farm. I feel like we're finally making some big progress. And if you'd like to follow our journey, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you'll be notified when our videos come out. If you like this video, please click like, and we'll see you next week. Bye.